welcome in. We got the week 1 recap. I got my co-host here for the week. We got Hawk Diggity Dawg, Parker
Hawk
Aroosta.
Diggity Dawg.
We're just gonna go through. We're gonna look at all the matchups. We're gonna have some hot takes, and we'll go through waivers. And then we got a little commish list. Is the new segment here, and we'll just go through and we'll do a weekly ranking on everybody's team, and we can look at it through the season. Should be fun. So,
Oh yeah, should be an absolute hoot.
we got the first matchup here. Unfortunately, we got Granny's Percs beating the Commish 101 to 92. Yep. It's not what you like to see. This is obviously my team versus Noah. You obviously want to win week 1, but sometimes Bo Nick starts slow and he loses you the week. So,
yeah, and that's kind of is what happened. I don't know that Noah beat you so much as you just didn't win. I'm gonna be honest. No shade, Noah. It's good. It always feels good to come out of week 1 with a win. But I mean, it was kind of just stinky versus stinky here. You guys only had a couple double-digit scorers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. It's a tough matchup.
92 compared to everybody else, like 92 to 101 was kind of just right in the middle. Nothing too exciting, nothing too terrible.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the standings and you guys are right near each other. Yeah. It's tough. That's a tough loss.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I had Bo Nix dropped 7 points. My first overall pick, Bucky Irving, 12.5. Just incredibly mid, incredibly average. Chuba Hubbard kind of scored that last second receiving touchdown. So that made my team look much better. I think that's almost 10 points, I think, on that one play. So instead of 6,
nothing like a garbage time
yeah,
TD to just pump up to give you that little push up bra.
Yeah,
on your score.
My receivers, I really like my receivers going in. I still do, but it was definitely a very below average week. Neighbors and Pickens both
it's gonna be
kind
massive for you. Once Jackson Dart gets the start,
yeah,
that's gonna be huge. Get stinky Russ out of there,
Yeah, exactly. I think with those guys, I think the floor, they kind of hit the floor. I hope it's their floor.
What's the news on the Brock Bowers injury? Is there any deets or tales?
Brock Bowers, it's probably like a sprain, like some sort of MCL sprain. But he got hit and then played another play and kind of limped off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Got checked out, and then he wanted to go back in the game, but the training staff wouldn't let him. So I think he was feeling good enough to play. He's also a dog, so he's probably just wants to be out there for the boys. But that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah. Got to feel good when your keeper's a tight end and they outscore the other team's keeper by 5 points.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling. Yeah.
And then DK, Aaron Rodgers threw the ball like 40 something times, and none of his TDs, none of his 4 touchdowns went to DK. But it looked like they were kind of whipping up plays just to get DK the ball sometimes. 4 receptions, 83 yards, average 20 yards a catch.
That's DK for you.
That's pretty good,
Nothing like those 7 targets. I bet 3 of those targets went off his hands into the ground, which is just, that's the way DK balls, man.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like maybe a wide receiver 2 flex play for me.
Yeah.
So
it's a good play.
It's maybe looking like he has a low floor, or a high floor, low ceiling.
Yeah.
And that's not like the worst thing in fantasy, but you obviously want those guys that can boom.
Yeah. And then we look at Noah's side. I mean, Scary Terry, he's going to bounce back. It's not going to be a 3.7 game. That's not going to happen. I mean, it just wasn't in the script to keep throwing the ball when they're just beating the wheels off the Giants. I mean, 21-6 doesn't look like an absolute ass whooping, but it was. The Giants were never in that game, so it makes sense that Terry's going to have a slow game. Be interesting to see how Devontae Adams' role develops. I mean, he's going to be a wide receiver 2 after Puka, I would think. I don't know that he has that wide receiver 1 asset anymore, but Bijan's going to keep giving big games. future's bright for Granny's Percs.
Yeah, I think like the Tony Pollard, Devontae Adams, they both played some of like maybe Denver and Houston might be both top 5 defenses.
Yeah.
So them both scoring 7 points maybe is a good thing.
Right.
I mean, look at
Yeah,
that
that's
Houston score, 14-9. Not a lot of
Yeah,
points scored in that game, and I don't think
no,
that's going to be the trend.
no. And trying to rush against that Denver front is going to be tough.
Yeah. And Bijan started off this game like 16 points in the first quarter. I was stressed. I was incredibly hungover from a wedding. Open up my phone, Bijan 16 points in the first quarter. I was like, oh dear God, no. Patty Mahomes, respectable game. Hope that isn't the trend, but
hey man, if he keeps putting up 26 fantasy points in a loss, I'm here cheering for him. I love to see fantasy scores, so keep it up. Love to see the Chiefs lose. Keep it up.
Yeah, good job, Noah. Congratulations. You ain't gonna get it on me in the end of the season. I'll tell you that for free. All right, let's go over to Kyle B versus Jimmy here. This was a well hyped up game going in this season. Jack and Kyle B have a rivalry going year after year. We got name changes every year and whatnot. Seems like Kyle B is given up on the name, has gone for a full rebrand, which I like. But Jack did end up beating him 112-77. Pretty good win here for Jack.
This is an almost taking out the trash win here.
Almost taking out the trash.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But for Jack, you love to score 112. I think that is, let's see, how many? That is a top 5 points scored week out of the league. So he's in the top. He's in the top half, which you want to be after week 1. You feel good.
I mean, and like lots of options for Jack too. I mean, Bill had a hell of a week on his bench, which is like a scary start week 1. You don't know what he's going to do, but you get that 14 points and you start looking at Travis Hunter and you're like, well, maybe Travis lives on the bench and we wait for a bye week.
Yep.
And I mean, that's another 8 points right there, which in a half PPR league, I mean, all of a sudden it's 120-77. That's a good week. That feels good. You like that one.
Yeah.
Travion Henderson probably going to get it going even more. I mean, they were down a lot, so they couldn't really run the ball the way they wanted to. CMC had a week, I guess. I don't know. We don't need to talk about that. But yeah, Justin Herbert did the thing. It was good performance by Jack's team.
Yeah, Jack's team, like J Herb, 28 points there. That's a really good week for Herbert. Usually in the past with the Harbaugh offense, he's not getting that much passing work. We saw towards the end of the season. But if that's the trend going forward, then Jack is very happy with Justin Herbert. As we said, Travion's going to get it going. He only had 5 carries, but he did have 6 receptions. So if those carries get bumped up and he scores a touchdown, he's a RB1. So Jack could have two really good running backs there, and then having Ladd McConkey and Puka. I think,
that Ladd J Herb just stacking.
Yeah.
We know Quentin Johnson's got bricks for hands. We don't have to be worried about Ladd coming through. So
for Kyle B here, he's obviously got Lamar. Lamar's going to be putting up massive weeks. That Buffalo game was an absolute shootout. That was insane.
It's crazy.
Kamara, James Conner, both, I feel like at this point, safe running backs. They did play Arizona, and they played each other. Both teams that aren't projected to be very good. So it's kind of an interesting place for them. I don't think if you're Kyle B, you're not upset with either of their performances. That being said,
the end of the happiness, though.
That being said, the end of the happiness, seeing Jamar Chase with 3.6.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's like the Bengals notorious for starting slow. So you just know like that 3.6 is going to randomly turn into a 40-point game at some point. And that's just the game you play with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He's the biggest boom bust.
reading today about the way that the Bengals play the Browns, and it's just like just Joe Burrow's kryptonite. I mean, it's Burrowhead. The Bengals have the Chiefs number, but apparently the Browns just got Joe Cool's number, man. So they'll bounce back. It's not, they're not here for long.
Yeah, I don't think the Browns are worried about their defense more than their offense.
No.
So they'll probably 100%. Have a lot of low scoring games this year.
Yeah, 100%.
Mark Andrews put up a massive stinker, which you hate to see in a 40-41 game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get targeted once when they're throwing the ball as much as they were. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's Mark Andrews last year too. I don't know. Mark Andrews started last year so bad.
Yeah.
And then finally started going to work, and then Jawan, you watched this game more than I did. 5 targets, 2 receptions. I was
gonna say I didn't hear his name called very much. I mean, if you're a Niners receiver and you're not lining up opposite Tariq Woolen, you probably didn't have a great game. Yeah. Because we actually have a defense. There's just a corner who doesn't like participating. And if you're a 5th string tight end and standing in the end zone, you can just beat the shit out of a 6'4" DB. It's fine. We're not. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's fine. Go on, Dogs.
The bright side for Kyle B's team is he now has someone to slot right into that flex spot in Travis Etienne.
Sure. Yeah.
How many carries? 16 carries, 143 yards, 3 receptions. That's exactly what you want to see from a guy on your bench. They did play Carolina, who have a notoriously bad defense. Yeah. So we'll see if that is the trend.
But having that Brian Robinson handcuff too, the handcuff of the handcuff master. Yeah. That's nice. That's good. It's a good one to have.
It is. So overall, I think Jack's team put up a good week. He could some weeks score lower. He'll probably be a guy that doesn't score little points very often. And then I think Kyle B might have hit his floor here on points scored.
I think you're right. I think you're on something there. Yeah. All right, where to next?
We're going Barsugnators to Zero Bark 30.
Perfect.
So here, Keegs put a nice week. I think this might have been the second most points scored this week.
Yeah, I think so.
Versus Bryce's 90 points.
Not a bad week from Bryce. I mean, tough to have it Worthy go down early with the shoulder injury. I mean, that's a sucker.
Yeah.
Who projected Joe Burrow to have 9 points against the Browns? I mean, right there is probably the game. Worthy could have easily had 15, and Joe Burrow could have gone for 15 more, and all of a sudden we're looking at just an absolute race to the finish.
Yeah.
That's tough luck.
It is. The big bummer for Bryce's team is the Tyreek Hill. News that he's now caught a case, but also at the same time the downfall of the Finns. I don't know if we expected it to be so soon, but we kind of expected it somewhat this year. Mike McDaniels is now fighting for his job officially.
His seat is on fire.
And the Xavier Worthy injury didn't help. I think it was just kind of an unfortunate week for Bryce. He's gonna have to make some moves. We'll get to it later. He did make some moves on the waivers, but
it's interesting to see. It's a week that Bryce very, very easily could have won. I mean, Keegan put up a dominant performance, but Bryce's team played pretty well. Keegan, it was a good week. Could have been a lot more.
Yeah,
but that's football, baby.
That's football. For Keegan's team here, overall solid week. He got a lot of bonus points from his defense and his kicker, which is what you love to see. And it kind of makes up, we could see in that flex spot there, his first overall pick, Nico Collins, only having 4 points.
That's not going to hold. Rams defense is nice.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor, 11 points. I honestly thought he might have scored more, but I think with how the game went. He just stopped
what are you gonna do? Yeah.
getting action. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
backup came in eventually and just started taking handoffs.
Yeah, you do love to see him getting 18 carries and 3 receptions, though. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
you get a little nervous when they got Danny Dimes under center.
Mhm.
You like to see an offense firing against any professional football team,
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So the
yeah,
outlook is good for Jonathan Taylor going forward, except
yeah,
for next week
obviously.
against the Broncos. But I honestly think he's probably still going to put up a pretty decent game. Um,
And good
highlights.
outlook for Chris Boswell too, because the only thing the Steelers are gonna be getting this week is field goals. Bend don't break defense, baby.
Highlights for Keegs' team here is Ibuka.
For sure.
2
Yeah,
touchdowns. He got
massive.
involved early, and you're very happy about your rook that you drafted there.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the highest scorers of the week outside of QBs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's third in the position group.
Yeah,
Third ranked wide receiver this week or
yeah.
this season. Yeah,
Mhm.
love to see it. Love to see it.
Some more highlights. Unfortunately, kind of on the bench. I mean, Zach Charbonnet, 10 points. You're happy to see his involvement in the offense, actually getting more carries than Ken
Yeah.
Walker. And then Debo kind of putting up that game that you think he could do on the new team. Kind of new energy for him, kind of maybe something to prove a little bit. 19 points. I think he's going to have a good year. I think that's a really
Super
good
involved.
late
10
snag
targets is awesome.
Keegan there. He's going to be able to be shuffled in. You got guys like McMillan and Achan, where it's starting to look like the team that they're on are going to be like a bottom 5 in the league. So you kind of hate to have players on those teams, but if they are the guy on the team, it's not as bad. Like Achan still was able to score 15. Um,
Yeah, that
and then
garbage time touchdown was huge for Achan. It's
yeah,
kind
and
of
then
like you were talking about with the Panthers with Chuba. Yeah,
exactly. And then Ted
yeah,
had 9 targets. I think he's the clear one over there. So
for sure.
he'll be
And I
getting
mean,
his volume.
nothing like being a number one guy on a team that has to pass the ball all season.
Yeah,
There's something to be said. Bryce Young isn't the best QB in the league, but he can sling the thing. I mean,
he can
he's not bad.
he can
He's
sling
just
it.
not. They're not good. They're not a good
No,
team, but he's not a bad quarterback,
yeah, yeah.
in my
It's
opinion.
and then we'll get into it. The Brock Purdy and Kittle injury news is not good for Keegan's team, but I think
Yeah,
Brock's very
this is breaking
replaceable.
breaking from Joey. Brock and George Kittle are both hurt. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, from our field reporter Joey. Appreciate you. That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, but good win here for Keegs. He's happy about his win, not happy about his injuries, but I think he should be very happy about his team in general.
Mhm.
Next, we'll be going into our segment of the week, and that's taking out the trash. We got
Mm,
Hawk Diggity Dawg versus the Knights Who Say Snee.
mm, mm, mm,
Um,
mm, mm, mm.
128 to 77. Um,
Yeah,
kind of just a bummer week for Ian here. The I think his biggest question going in were his RBs. He's got Amari and Hampton, which will just inevitably be like the slower start to the season. Um, but expect a lot more from him in the future. He shuffled in Austin Eckler into the RB2 spot, which you don't feel great about doing. I think he was like his 8th round pick. Um, he obviously faded Montgomery because he was playing the pack, which ended up being the good play.
yeah.
Um, but having Dak score 7.8, BTJ kind of had a stinker, only 1 catch, and then he had 1 rush for a touchdown on only
And
7 targets.
I mean,
Seven,
a rough game from his best player even too. Like CD had a good game, but not by CD standards. I mean, he dropped some easy CD catches.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they balls you just expect him to catch, and that
hmm
would have added. I mean, it wouldn't have put him over the edge. And obviously, it's gonna like if you're gonna have a stinker this week. When the whole team's having a stinker. But
Yeah,
it was just not a great performance from CD.
yeah. it kind of showed, honestly, like 13 targets for CD, drops as well, playing against a really good Eagles defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could be happy knowing you lost and CD still had a decent performance with all of those things going against him.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams obviously not doing what you want him to do. 5 targets, 4 catches, 23 yards. He's kind of the big boomer bust guy that you play. You want him to get like that deep ball, that big 60-yard catch for a touchdown. That's why he's there. That's why they paid him the big bucks.
Totally.
Yeah, just unfortunate there for Ian.
Jameson's that guy that I was getting slammed on last week in the pod. They were telling me, Zay Flowers, the pick before Jameson Williams.
Yeah,
I don't know. And here we are with a 20-point swing.
Yeah. You want to go over your team here?
I'd be happy to. We got the number 1 ranked wide receiver in fantasy football in Zay Flowers, which is almost objectively a fluke. It's not going to hold, but man, you're excited to see it. I don't know if he had 20 point. I think he had 1 or 2 20-point games last season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see him open up the week like that. The script isn't always going to be 40 to 41 passing all day, but even like it wasn't though either, because Derrick Henry had an absolute day. So to see Zay get as involved as he was and come home with 24.6 is pretty exciting. Jalen Hurts with 2 rushing touchdowns, also not going to happen every week, but he'll start slinging that thing. AJ Brown's going to get involved. Devontae is going to get involved, and it's good to see. It's good to see him put up 24. That's exciting. Ashton Genty, kind of a stinker, but I'll take 11 points in your rookie debut. It wasn't great, but he made it work. He got lifted up by a touchdown. But 19 carries, love to see him getting involved. I'd just like to see a little more production.
Yeah.
Chase Brown had a stinker with the Bengals. It's going to get better. JSN was targeted. What you said, it was something like 60% of balls went JSN's way.
Yeah, 60% of the targets for the Hawks went towards JSN.
Yeah, which, I'm excited to see that. Excited to have him on the team. Excited to have him join. And just, a seamless entry into the squad. The pod did bully me on my tight end picks last week, and they were right. They were better tight ends on the waiver wire. I don't know if Zach Ertz is the answer, but he fit in this week and he played well. And Cam Little's going to be a dog. I'm excited to see Cam Little keep playing.
He's kicking that thing.
Keep putting up big points. Just absolutely. Little's the last name. Little does not refer to the leg. Absolute cannon down there. So the bench has got me a little bit worried. Made some changes. This is not what my bench looks like this week. But, a cumulative 8.4 points from the bench, not what you want to see.
Not what you want to see.
Bye weeks are on the way. I think Matthew Golden will change up, but an anxiety-inducing bench.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, congratulations, Parker, on your win. Taking out the trash.
Thank you.
Sorry, Ian.
Taking out the trash.
I think your receiver room has a bounce-back week coming up.
Yeah, Ian's going to be just fine.
Yeah. All right.
I'm happy to have caught you on the stinker, though, Ian. Appreciate you.
We'll get into the next matchup here. Got Due Process versus Watson. Due Process being carried by Josh Allen and Derrick Henry. I mean, that's absolutely 38-28. That's
65 points.
65 points there.
Yeah.
And that's
over half of his score.
More than half of his score from 2 players, and you love to see that. The Pacheco 3.8 doesn't feel good. Only 5 carries. I don't know exactly what went wrong there for him. I was on an airplane, so I didn't get to watch the game. I'm just glad that the Chiefs lost. I think the Chiefs might have been down the majority of the game, so maybe that's why you saw like an uptick in those Hollywood Brown targets, just trying to pass the ball more, not running it as much. Maybe the Chargers D-line was really sticking it to them.
But I didn't catch the game either, so I missed this one.
Yeah, out of your RB2, you don't want 3.8, but when you got Derrick Henry putting up almost 30, it's kind of okay.
Yeah, pretty wild. If my mental math sticks here, I'm pretty sure Daniel could have started Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Garrett Wilson, and Cameron Dicker and won by a point, which is just an insane stat. That's ESPN, get me out there as an intern because that's wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One really bright spot for Daniel's team is Jordan Mason, just coming out and getting more carries than Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones was a lot more. Oh, it was Aaron Jones versus Jordan Mason week. Aaron Jones getting more of that receiving work, which was maybe kind of expected. I think Jordan Mason went out there and started moving the chains a little bit more for them on offense. So maybe that's why he averaged 4.5 per carry versus the 2.9.
It'll be interesting to see how the Vikings continue to develop because Aaron Jones is a little bit more of almost like a gadget guy coming out of the backfield as opposed to Jordan Mason being the more traditional, just head down, get me 3 yards running back.
Exactly.
So the fantasy upside, I feel like, is there for Aaron Jones, but Jordan Mason's a good guy to have on your bench.
Yeah.
Because he has a role to play.
I was actually talking to Daniel last night, and he was saying that he thinks he has one of the better benches in the league. I don't think that is the case. I think if you sub in Jordan Mason for Tracy, you're looking at Waddle, Tracy, Shakir, Mooney, Ferguson. You don't really feel good about any of those guys. I don't think. I don't think
don't hang your hat on your bench.
Yeah, the bench is the bench. Your starters are what score you the points. And Daniel has a great starting lineup. He's got Eagles defense. They're going to be good. They only got 2 versus Dallas, but Daniel's team's looking good. For Connor here, Jaden Daniels is going to be solid.
Yeah.
20 points this week versus the Giants. Giants kind of stink. I don't know how well their defense is going to hold up throughout the season. We'll see. But
I think that the defense is the strongest aspect of the Giants right now. Yeah. Neighbors notwithstanding, their defense is serious. So that's a pretty good stat line for Jaden Daniels against a pretty stout defense.
Kind of midweek from Jahmyr Gibbs. If this was a PPR league, much better week. 10 receptions, only 31 yards, which is kind of insane. But it was kind of a stinker week for the Lions in general, and for Connor,
for a bounce back week.
For Connor, you kind of hope that it's not because Ben Johnson's out of there, and the Lions are just kind of getting worse. But Aaron Jones, solid week. You like to see that out of a guy that you picked in the 5th round. T. Higgins kind of in the same boat as Jamar Chase. Kind of a weird down week for the Bengals. Kind of expected.
For sure.
My dog, Cortland Sutton, he's going to be a dog all year. Even in Bo Nix's stinky game, he's still got 15 points, 61 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to be targeted all year. Evan Ingram went out with an injury.
Feels like there might be a better tight end on the waiver wire than Evan Ingram.
Yeah,
with the Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram stack.
Especially now with this calf injury. So don't know how long he's going to be held out for. And then in the loss, I think Connor could find some hope in Marvin Harrison Jr. I think it's week 1, so you don't know, but having 15.6 and 6 targets, touchdown, 71 yards, you kind of hope that's just like the baseline for him, and I think it could be. Kyler Murray was like shitting and throwing up all night, so before the game, so you kind of hope that Kyler Murray will be able to play
for a flu game.
Yeah, exactly.
Flu game performance. Yeah.
And then he's kind of rostering that Cleveland RB room. I kind of like the strategy. I kind of do.
Yeah.
It sucks up a lot of space on your bench, especially in these early weeks. But I wouldn't be too upset if you're Connor. 93 points is respectable. You just got
it's a
put
good
up
week.
against a guy putting up 117.
I mean, yeah, Josh Allen and Derrick Henry. I mean, if that's a 20-21 game, this is a different looking game. That Buffalo Baltimore game goes a little different.
Exactly.
Connor's sitting in the winner's circle. So. Yeah.
I mean, Josh Allen, I think, probably put up 20 points in the fourth quarter. So
I think that is very possible.
Yeah.
I mean, he went ballistic. So
yeah, it was close until it wasn't, and that's kind of in any league for this. It's like you're going against Josh Allen, and then you're losing. That's pretty much exactly what happened.
Yeah, if Josh Allen puts up 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 400 passing yards every week, Daniel is going to go undefeated and win this league.
Yeah. And then the last matchup here, we got Joey versus Kyle. Martini Police versus projected last by Dova and Keegs. Great team name switch. I love it.
Hell of a rebrand.
Chip on the shoulder for sure. But Kyle did win 101-82. Looking at Kyle's team here, Baker. Great pick. Putting up a respectable game, 22 points. Honestly, in a very weird Bucks-Falcons game where it was very defense heavy, but they still kind of like squeaked out some points towards the end. James Cook had a great game. Breece Hall had a great game. These are both 2 running backs that I was very iffy on going into the season. James Cook he busted out a really good run, or maybe it was a catch, or no, it was definitely it was a catch, and he got down at the 1 and then scored the touchdown. That was a really good drive for him. He ended up with 18 points. That leaves him at RB4, which you're really happy with. And then the Breece Hall game, 19 carries, 107 yards, 38 receiving yards. I don't think anybody was expecting that, especially against the Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah.
So that brings you some hope.
If I'm Kyle, I'm absolutely stoked to see how Justin Fields played week 1 against a pretty solid secondary, and the way that opened up lanes for Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I mean, Breece Hall fell, I feel, pretty considerably. Especially there's a lot of, I mean, 4th round is not like crazy low, but there's a lot of chatter about maybe him being traded or sent away. And like, I forget the RB2 in New York's name, but there's talk about one of the younger guys. Yeah, Braylon Allen coming in and being the guy. And Breece Hall, I think, quieted that down pretty big time this week. So when Kyle was in the draft room complaining about all these running backs being valued, he found 2 pretty damn good ones, which is great.
At least for week 1.
At least for week 1.
And you're happy that you survived the AJ Brown game. 1.3. That's a weak loser right there. So to come out on top still is really nice. Jalen Warren as well, kind of shutting down that Caleb Johnson narrative a little bit. We'll see how it goes throughout the season. But had a really good game. And this guy's rostering Harrison Butker.
Absolutely foul.
Ugh, God.
Get kick Bass back in this shit if you're gonna be rostering Harrison Butker. It's nice to have Michael Pittman stashed on your bench, though. I will say that's I mean, if Danny Dimes plays anything like a shadow of how he played week 1, Michael Pittman's going to continue to be a legit fantasy option.
Yeah, you just fear for Anthony Richardson coming back. If anything happens to Danny Dimes, that Michael Pittman value goes down. But for the time being, you're happy.
It's a great pick. Yeah.
For Joey here, he is the Ken Walker owner.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Yeah.
It's a tough one. We were talking about that
before we went live. I'd love having Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet as my running backs as a fan. Hate to have them as a manager. No interest.
Yeah.
They're far away. It's way too split of a backfield. Don't know what the offense is going to look like.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It's one thing to have your player just have a down week and you'll be like, oh, he'll bounce back. But when your player has a down week and they get out-touched by, I don't even know if you would call him the backup anymore, by Zach Charbonnet.
1A, 1B, man. It's
1A, 1B. Yeah. Maybe the coaches just liked what they were seeing on defense, and Zach Charbonnet just fit that role a little bit better.
I mean, Kenneth Walker did have some kind of like a minor foot injury, so he was like limited in practice coming into the week, but he was off the injury report going into the game. So you just suspect more.
Yeah.
You suspect more.
Yeah. Kind of
Tough
a
one.
down week here for Amon-Ra and Drake London. This kind of goes along with that Lions offense. Everybody kind of struggled in that Lions offense versus the Packers. So you hope for a bounce back. Drake London ended up catching a touchdown, right? No touchdown. I think he might have dropped it. 15 targets though.
Pretty decent game out of Drake London with a no tutter. I mean 10. You want 10 points if you don't have a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree.
That's nice.
A lot of bounce back candidates here. It's kind of what we're seeing with a lot of these teams that are losing. You just don't want it to happen again and again and again. It becomes a trend. That's when you start really getting scared. But that's the beauty in Week 1 fantasy football is no matter if your team sucks, you still have hope.
Yeah, it'll be very very interesting. I mean, like this Keon Coleman on the bench with 20 points. Like, does he sneak into that flex spot? Where's Joey feeling about Keon Coleman? I mean, makes you nervous, but when you see a guy put up numbers like that, I mean, he had a good game. He had 11 targets and 100 receiving yards.
Yeah.
That's a good week, man.
The game script definitely helped him when they were down like 20 points in the fourth quarter, and you just had to sling it. So I don't know if you can expect that every week from Keon.
I don't know that you can, but I mean, he put Jair Alexander on skates. He has people asking if Jair Alexander's washed 2 years removed from like an all-pro season.
Yeah.
So it's a good performance. You like to see it.
Yeah.
Makes hard decisions.
You are happy that he kind of came out as the number 1 receiver in the offense, though. So
for sure.
And then
it's a crowded wide receiver.
Maybe lastly, Tyler Warren. They definitely were whipping up some plays to him. They want to get him involved. He should be good. I'm not going to say he's the next Brock Bowers, but he might be close.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Kyle. Got the dub.
Yeah. Good on you. Not projected last anymore, pal.
Not projected last anymore. We'll get into that. But first, we're going to go through the offers report. We got Connor with a sneaky $12 here on Thursday on Colson Loveland. I don't know if anybody saw that, but he likes him. He likes the way he looks. Pause. I wonder.
Easy.
Oh, he dropped Dallas Goedert for him. And then the big claims here. We got Ian going out and putting up 111 on Justin Fields, barely squeaking out Keegs by 3 points.
That's a close one.
I think Justin Fields was probably the biggest target of this waiver period. Going against a Pittsburgh D and being able to do what he did, and with all those carries and the touchdowns, I think there's some good things to come for Justin Fields.
Looks like he might be a new guy, man. I mean, no one goes to the Jets and reinvents themselves and succeeds, but I'd love to see Justin Fields do it.
I mean,
that would be awesome.
He had a great start to the season with the Steelers. I think that was last year. So it's like, why not?
I think he's got a lot of potential.
Why not? Why not Justin Fields?
Yeah, I've always liked Justin Fields. I think he's fun. He's fun to watch play football.
Yeah.
If he's not throwing it to the defense.
We got the next highest bid here, 108 for Keyshawn Boutte. I think that's how you say his name. I think he ended up with the most targets out of this Pat's wide receiver room. Great game. He's targeted a lot. I see why Joey liked him. He beat out Kyle B, who put a $35 bid in. And maybe let's look at Joey's team. How much does he want a receiver? He maybe doesn't need to play him, so he's obviously probably going to put Keon Coleman over him, and then he's going to play Drake London ARSB over him. So he's putting up 108 fab on a guy that's going to be on his bench, kind of a prospect, a guy he wants to see on his bench for a little bit.
Jordan Addison coming back too. I mean, Jordan Addison's out 3 more games, I think.
Yep.
And by then, JJ McCarthy might just be warmed up. He might be actually cooking, because that fourth quarter from JJ looked really good. If you're a Vikings owner.
I agree.
So,
also is the guy that's holding Stephon Diggs on my team. I'm kind of like a doubter of the volume that he's going to get. I think, I mean, Stephon Diggs is ramping up from the injury. I think he only played 60% of the snaps.
Yeah. I mean, you don't come back from an ACL week 1. You got to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes for Joey. Next, we got Hollywood Brown here for Hawk Diggity Dawg for 100. Beating out Bryce, 75. I think Hollywood Brown was one of the biggest pickups of the week. 16 targets. No Xavier Worthy, no Rashee Rice. I think he'll be massive for at least 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. You don't like to have a stinky chief on your roster, but it feels worse is losing. So here we are.
Yep. And who are your receivers? Are you in need of a receiver, or are you just picking them up?
We got Zay and JSN. I'm picking them up for for the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
Love of the game, because I got Zay Flowers and JSN, and then Hollywood Brown's probably my wide receiver 3, because then you get into like Matthew Golden, which is just such a big question mark right now. But I'm not playing a wide receiver in my flex right now, because we're doing RBs.
You never know with injuries too. It's nice.
You really don't.
It's nice to keep them on the bench just in case you need them.
Yeah.
Next here we got Kyle Spalding picking up Dalton Kincaid for 101. Next bid is $11. So
Kyle, that was a close one.
Kyle could have saved a little bit of money there, but he got his guy that he wanted.
That's what's important. You got to go out there and get who you want.
Exactly. I think the biggest, we'll just go right into the next one. The biggest target for tight ends this week was Harold Fannin, which is really interesting because he's not even the tight end 1 on his team. I mean, maybe he is now, but going into the season, definitely not. You have David Njoku there, who's a dog, certified dog.
He's so high on so many people's lists. I mean, I forget where David Njoku went, but I'm pretty sure he went relatively early for tight ends. He was a sleeper for a lot of folks. He went in the 7th, 80th overall by Kyle Spalding. Oh,
we'll see.
It's a lot of people getting on their tickety talks and getting excited, man.
Yeah,
deep in those Y holes.
Yep,
learning all about fantasy football.
This might have been the one player with the most bids on them, if I'm correct.
I think you're on something there.
By one.
Ravens defense also went hard.
Yeah. But 4 people bid on Fannin. There's a lot of believers in the league. We'll see. We'll see how he does. The next one, Calvin Austin for Bryce here, $75. This is an interesting one. 4 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, you like to see it. I don't know.
Bryce needs wide receiver help on his team.
He does.
Thing. Yeah. So I think it's a good ad, Bryce. I think dropping the Texans defense for Calvin Austin, it's a good play. Bummer that nobody else bid on him. I think your bid was reasonable, but putting 75 on somebody that nobody else bid on, how are you gonna know? You can't know that. That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. But I think it's a reasonable bid. I think it's a good ad.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yep. Let's see. You put on a bid of Quentin Johnston for 69, but you'd already dropped your player. Same with Joey with A.O. Manor. I don't know how to say his name, but he's definitely an interesting guy. He's still on the waivers. Rookie in Tennessee, could be good. I kind of like him. Maybe I'll go pick him up after this. We'll see.
If I'm not mistaken, I do think Bryce got his paws on Quentin Johnston as well.
Bryce did pick up Quentin Johnston after the waivers went through.
Yeah, which will be interesting. I think that could be a big grab. But also, who's to say, man? Yeah. Quentin Johnston had a big week 1. Hard to base the season off week 1.
Yeah, Bryce is now playing receiver roulette a little bit. Which is not what you want. But you're testing out a lot of guys early in the season, and if you hit on a couple, then that's a winning formula.
it's kind of all you can do when auto draft takes 4 QBs. There's not, yeah. So that's just tough. That's tough. At the end of the day, it just stinks.
Yeah. Let's see. Kyle B picking up Jawan Johnson here for 35, beating out Keegan. I'm seeing a trend here of Keegan bidding and losing,
low.
betting low on some tight ends. But I think Jawan Johnson, the most targeted player on the Saints, maybe not with Chris Olave, I'm not too sure, but 11 targets for a tight end. That is what you like to see. So I think that's a really good pickup by Kyle B. I don't know who he already has on his team for tight end. Let's see. Mark Andrews. I think that's a really good pickup for Kyle B. Let Mark Andrew work out his kinks. Next we got Ian picking up the Packers D for 31. An absolute believer. I mean I like it. They shut down the Lions. It's his team. He's excited about it. 4 sacks, an interception.
It's a good team. You add Micah Parsons to a team that's already pretty damn good. They're not going to get worse.
Yeah, they're not going to get worse.
Yeah, adding sacks to a defensive special teams unit. It's a good play. Yeah.
Connor picking up Dallas Goedert for 21. If I'm not mistaken, this is the guy that you dropped for Zach Ertz.
Yeah. This was me being told that there's better tight ends on the waiver wire. But and you know what? To your guys' credit, there were better tight ends on the waiver wire. I picked one up, so we'll see how that goes over the season. I do think Dallas Goedert has got quite a bit of fuel left in the tank, but went with Zach Ertz, which is just the predecessor to Dallas Goedert.
And it's kind of the story kind of going into the season with the tight ends too. There's only a few that will kind of get you above 10 points.
Yep.
And this seems like a very average game for a tight end. Like it's exactly what
tight end.
It's exactly what you would expect from a tight end that's not ranked high. It's like they're going to get you 7 to 10 points, but not much more.
No, I agree. And I mean Connor had Evan Ingram, so it's a good pickup for him. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think he might have already dropped him.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah. No, sorry.
He dropped him for Loveland. We saw that.
So just burning money over there.
Burning money.
Him Watson. Just burning money.
He's got a money tree over there.
Yeah.
Jimmy picking up the Ravens defense for 18. I don't think it's a bad pickup at all. Ravens defense is good. Except for that -7 in week 1, but I mean they should be good against the Browns at least next week.
Yeah, I would certainly think so.
I picked up Hunter Henry for 15. This was because Brock Bowers got hurt. We don't know if he's going to play. But he's kind of one of those guys, 8 targets, 4 catches, 66 yards. They're looking his way. 8 targets is pretty decent. I'm not like super excited about him, but I'm definitely excited as like a filler guy that's not going to shit the bed for me, hopefully. Uh-oh.
Yep.
I think someone's car is getting broke into.
A little car alarm in the background there.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Just barely.
Well,
Brandon Strange, Johnny Smith from Keegs. It's good ad.
You riff for a second. You riff. I'm gonna see if this stops.
Yeah, we got Johnny Smith, which is Steelers are kind of Unk University right now, which is not a bad place to be. He's gonna be one of those tight ends, just like we were talking about, one of those like guys that's very week to week. He's not gonna be Brock Bowers or George Kittle, where you just like week in and week out getting 12 to 20 points. But Johnny Smith will put up respectable games, and then he'll put up absolute duds where he has 2 targets and 1 catch for 6 yards. And that's kind of the game we play when you don't take a high tight end. That's all right. I am excited to see that Joey. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say I was going between Jono Smith and Hunter Henry for my tight ends. I think that offense in Pittsburgh is going to look his way. He just joined the team. I don't know if that's like a reason why he didn't get as many targets, but I think it might go up. And obviously they're looking at him towards the end zone with the touchdown, so I think it's a good pickup for Keegs.
I mean, that whole Pittsburgh offense is pretty new look, so it's one of those hard, like, where are they going to go? Who knows? Having the release valve in a young QB in Hunter Henry is nice. Relief valve, rather, is a nice place to be. Moving into Joey's pick here, I'm happy to see that because I didn't want to bash on him when we were looking at the matchup, but Matt Gay put up 3 points and was the 30th ranked kicker in a league with 32 teams, which is just tough when you only have 12 fantasy teams. You don't want a kicker that stinky.
No.
So excited to see him grab somebody else. Spencer Schrader, position 2 this week, 16.5 points from the guy. I mean, I don't know if the Colts are going to play like that every week, but you want to get something out of your kicker. You need like 6 points out of a kicker.
Yeah.
And 3 out of Matt Gage isn't going to cut it.
No, it's a feels bad.
Yeah.
And we love kickers in fantasy football, right? Keegs picked up Trevor Lawrence for $3. This is to fill in for Brock Purdy. I'm sure. I mean, against Carolina, you would like him to see more. This guy out here fiddling with his car. I looked. You would like to see more than 10 points against the Carolina defense. Early in the season, though, it's week 1. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, like, his wide receiver room barely scored any points. So, like, when you see duds across the board, you know that's not gonna hold. They've got talent in Jacksonville. It's gonna be all right. They're gonna be just fine. I think adding Trevor Lawrence and dropping Tank Bigsby is a savvy move. I don't think Tank's going to see much time behind Saquon, and the role he'll see will be small if he does.
I will say, if Saquon goes down, this guy will be expensive, very expensive.
For sure.
That's handcuffs for you. Connor picking up the Bills defense. It's interesting after that week 1 by the Jets how they'll fare against the Bills. But you have Miami, New Orleans after that, so those are week 3 and 4 really good matchups for that defense. Maybe that's what he's also looking at. But good pickup for him. He's kind of maybe have a strategy jumping 1 week before, because people are going to start bidding on him next week, that's for sure.
For sure.
And then I pick up Troy Franklin for $0. My dog. He got, I think, the second most targets in Denver on a bad week for their offense. I actually I bought myself an autographed Troy Franklin card over the off season.
Oh, yeah.
So this may be a little biased pickup here. I dropped Jaden Higgins, who I'm also high on. It kind of hurt. But if Jaden Higgins proves to be good, he's kind of the second option there in Tennessee. Tennessee's offense just kind of scared me a little bit last week. They looked pretty bad.
The Texans offense?
The Texans offense, that's my bad.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so that's our waivers here. We're going to get into the... One second. Make sure, yep. We're going to get into the commish list here. Oh, misspelled that. This is going to be a weekly ranking of the teams, so don't be upset about your ranking. And this is moving forward, kind of projected throughout the whole season, not just the week. So we'll start at 12 here. I honestly kind of forgot.
I've got you.
Yeah, you just picked up Jaden Higgins.
Oop.
That's insane. That's crazy. Parker picks up Jaden Higgins right as I'm talking about him.
In the pod. I said, you know what? Yeah.
That's okay. I dropped him. I don't feel bad. So don't be upset. We're gonna go 12-1 here. First, we got Bryce. I'm sorry, Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce, I'm sorry. Why I didn't like your team as much as everybody else's team is the wide receivers. You got Quentin Johnston, Jaden Reed, Calvin Austin. These are all guys that can score points for you, but nothing with these guys feels guaranteed. Tyreek Hill, Jacoby Myers, Xavier Worthy out. Nothing here screams like I'm going to score you a minimum of 10 points.
No. Yeah. No,
Maybe
it's
Jacoby
just it's scary
Myers.
hours. Yeah.
Um, but these are all good guys to roster and bet
Yep.
on. Um, Josh Jacobs
I'm
and
gonna hit a
Saquon are
quick intermission, Dev. I'll be right back. You got
okay.
this.
Okay. Um, Josh Jacobs and Saquon are guys that you want on your team. It made it a little bit harder for me to put you lower. Um, I I love Javante. He's my dog, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do that every week. He got 2 1-yard goal line touches for touchdowns. Um, Travis Kelsey, now that Xavier Worthy's out, is going to be better. Um, I don't know. I just worry a little bit. Everybody's team is still good. Nobody's team is shit the bucket yet, so it does make these rankings a little hard. But we did put you last, or I put you last, because of that receiver room. There's no stability.
And
But
I gotta agree. I think that it's the same reason your running back room's super nice, but you're losing some of that value
yeah,
in the wide receiver room, and that's just it's hard to make it up. Hopefully the waiver wire treats you well.
yeah,
Who knows? I
yeah,
mean, if Jaden Reed and Quentin Johnson can actually be those like wide receiver twos on their team, like maybe wide receiver one, it's gonna be interesting. I think
yeah,
you've got potential, but right now it's just potential.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Joey. Sorry, Joey.
Sorry, Joey.
Where are you at?
I got to be honest, Joey. Your team last week almost made me a little more confident than your team this week. Not trying to bag on you, but the Caleb Williams Rome stack makes me a little nervous. I'm hopeful for you, but it makes me a little nervous. I'm curious to see how that plays out for you.
Yeah, even in Caleb Williams still finishes QB 9. The rushing game for him was key.
It is massive. Yeah.
I think something really big in fantasy football is actually figuring out which defense is good.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of guess how you're going to start your lineup based on matchups. And it kind of makes it hard to evaluate players based on who they played. But we kind of put you down here lower. Your RB room is not fantastic. Um, I don't think Kenneth Walker can start until something's figured out over there. You feel really bad starting him. Um,
Yeah.
Same with Harvey. Harvey obviously has the potential. He just only had 5 carries last game, or
Yeah.
6. So it's not something you want to thrust into your starting lineup. How many did Walker have? 10 for 20 yards.
Yeah. It was a rough game for K9, and you hope that it's just a fluke, and you hope we're all overreacting. And I mean, for me, I'm hoping that the Niners defense is what they're cracked up to be. That
Yeah.
that actually was just a really good performance by the Niners defense. I'm not confident that it was.
Hmm.
Um, so it just makes me nervous about a guy like K9. Um, yeah, it'll be it. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah. And kind of going back to that Lions offense, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's probably going to be good. He probably is, but 6 targets for 45 yards does not scream wide receiver one currently.
Yeah,
Um,
you hope that Ben Johnson leaving wasn't the end of Jared Goff being a solid QB in the NFL.
yeah,
And if it was, then Amon-Ra stonks are tanking, man.
yeah. The bright
Yeah,
spots on your team though are Drake London, even though he got hurt. 15 targets, great.
for
Um,
sure. Michael Penix looks great.
Michael
Love to
Penix
see it.
looks good. Tyler Warren's really good. 9 targets. He was being fed the ball. That's really good to see. And then Kyron Williams. He's gonna get the ball. That Houston
Yeah,
defense is good. I think he has better games in the future.
for sure.
So your team's still good. You got Booty. We'll see how he does going forward. But we have Joey at 11.
And Keon Coleman and Jordan Addison. You've got a bright future.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, number 10 here we got Ian.
Me, the trash of the week. Stinky me.
Ian's team is interesting because you look at his receivers and you go, how can this guy not score a bunch of points? But it's those running backs again. Probably for the time being the worst running back room we have. David Montgomery is fair. Like borderline not startable. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
It's going to be a huge question mark until the Lions figure out if they still are the Lions.
Exactly.
Like are they the Lions of the last 4 years, or are they the Lions? And because if they're the Lions of the last 4 years, then having their RB2 as your RB2 makes sense. But otherwise, it's scary hours.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think you did get a little boost picking up Justin Fields for the time being, but you are banking on Justin Fields and the Jets, so that's a little scary. But
you're counting on them continuing to do that and against the Buffalo offense.
Yeah, I think
defense.
CeeDee Lamb's fine, and then BTJ and Ricky Peer. BTJ will probably bounce back. You would like to see him have a better game against the Panthers, obviously. 7 targets, only 1 catch. Don't know what that's about, but not a good week for your guy that is a high-end draft pick, even though you kept him in the 7th. And then Ricky Pearsall now has Mac Jones throwing him the ball. Dude, there's a person outside. I looked. It's just a guy. Huh? A guy trying to get into his car. A normal-looking guy. He just can't figure out his car, apparently.
In the battle.
Yeah, and then you're a little worried. Kind of the same thing coming back to this Lions offense.
Yeah.
You obviously don't have Jamison Williams in the starting lineup. You would like him to be there, but it's a little sketchy. And then your bright spots are McBride. 9 targets, 61. I think this is a floor for him, I think. Amarion Hampton, I think this probably is a floor for Amarion Hampton as well. And then CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had a decent game. He almost got his projected points, which is what you want. But the boom potential with CeeDee Lamb is massive, so you are happy about that.
For sure.
All right. We're about an hour and 2 into this here, so
I was going to say, I don't think we sped it up compared to last week.
No, we'll get this moving. 9, we got Noah.
Noah.
Noah beat me. I hate you, Noah.
Yep. Granny's Percs. I mean, the thing is, a lot to be excited about, a lot to be nervous about. Noah, Bijan, and Patty Mahomes, I mean, are good starting spots, and then you get into Tony Pollard, where it's kind of like maybe it's J.K. Dobbins' time. Do we move things around?
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of the opinion that Pollard now is kind of a good start because he's not playing that Broncos defense.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, who's to say, right?
Yeah.
Basing everything off week 1 is how you lose the fantasy championship.
It's true.
Yeah. Get into the wide receiver room. You hope to have bigger games from those guys.
Yeah.
Moving forward, and it's going to be interesting to see if Devontae Adams and Stafford start having a little more connection. Scary Terry just starts being a fiend because it was a quiet game and there was ball to go around, but Debo took a lot of it. It'll be interesting to see how that develops in Washington. And then you hope that Caleb Williams stops throwing sky balls over DJ Moore's head because he could have had a game this week.
He could have had a game.
He had a decent game, but he could have had a game this week. So
yeah. J.K. Dobbins is really the only bright spot I think here on the bench as well.
Yep.
I mean, Kyler Murray, maybe. We'll see. I'm not a big fan of Kyler, but you're kind of rostering 3 guys that aren't going to score points, but could have potential in the future. and that is scary, especially if injuries do happen.
Yeah, I mean that's what your bench is for, right? Doesn't matter how many points your bench scores until you put them in the starting lineup.
Exactly.
So it's a good place to be.
Yeah. Not too much. I think Terry will bounce back. Devontae Adams will bounce back. I don't know about DJ Moore, maybe. But yeah,
And
not a bad team, even though we put you
hopefully
9.
Sam Laporta starts rolling with the Lions. So
yeah, and he had a good week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 targets, yeah, 11 points.
Yeah.
Good week for Laporta. Yeah. We put you 9, but I still like your team. I'm not being a hater, I promise. We got Kyle B here at 8.
Also, to be clear, these are Devin and I's combined power rankings. It's not just a commission power grab.
A little bit. Kyle B's team here.
It's just a tough week for Kyle B, man. We touched on it before.
Yes.
Just rough from the wide receiver room and the tight ends. Like, hopefully that's just isn't, as long as it doesn't hold true, I think you're going to be all right.
Yeah, and honestly, I really like Kyle B's team. If I had Kyle B's team, I would not be upset. I would not be upset at all. I'd be happy. I think Kamara, ETN, James Conner is a great 3 running backs to have. I think the ETN, I think it could be like a very buy high, especially if he has a nice week against the Bengals next week. I would honestly be looking to ship him out for maybe a receiver that you could kind of gain some depth on.
I mean, ETN though, with Tank getting shipped out of town, I mean, he's not becoming a less valuable asset. You know.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep more of the touches, so it's gonna be it's interesting.
You on trades, you ride the fine line. You gotta guess, but Devonta Smith is just that guy that you don't feel great about starting. You know, you wish he was your flex spot, just like how the Eagles game plan. It's like sometimes they just don't even need Devonta Smith to win games. So that is a little scary.
Yep.
And then you're only rostering 3 wide receivers on this team, and 2 of them being Juwan Jennings and Devonta Smith. You're really going hard on the hero wide receiver. Well, if you want to do that, Jamar Chase is the guy to do it with. I mean, but
sure.
you got Lamar Jackson. I think you're going to be doing just fine. You're going to be winning a lot of games this year.
I'll be curious to see how long Ramondre ends up staying on Kyle B's bench, because he's like almost not even a viable handcuff option with the way he played last year. I mean, he's a good running back, but his ball security is such a problem. And with Braves in the front office, I just can't imagine this guy getting a lot of touches. I mean, he had 7 carries and a couple of receptions, but just feels like Trevion's going to outshine him pretty big time.
I agree. Good team, Kyle B. Sorry that we put you as low as we did, but I think if I'm predicting, you're going to be a riser in the next few weeks.
For sure. Yeah, you're moving the right way.
Next, we got me.
Dovers.
Put myself 7. I mean, I'm kind of biased with my team. I think it's full of hitters. There's
the Brock Bowers injury's tough. That sucks.
Yeah, Brock Bowers injury's not good.
Gotta hope Bo Nix has a very different week against Indy this week. I think that they have a good defense. I think Miami should have a good offense. So it'll be interesting to see how Bo plays this week against Indy. And that'll be pretty telling, I think, for the future. And whether or not you just hold on to him out of the love of the game or if you diversify. But then I think you've got a lot of hitters. I think you're right. But they've got to deliver.
They got to deliver.
George Pickens can't have that kind of game. Dak's got to play better for George Pickens to be a viable flex.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's that Eagles defense that was kind of shutting him down a little bit.
You got to hope.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think Bucky maybe could struggle a little bit this week. Not too sure, but I mean they're feeding him the ball. As long as they're feeding him the ball, then I'm happy. I mean Bucky's a dog.
Bucky's got the right kind of running style to play against a hard-nosed Houston defense. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah, Chuba's interesting because you
It's
kind
a
of
guy who
hope
just delivers, man. He just delivers
he
week in and week out.
just
Doesn't care.
delivers.
He doesn't care. Yeah, it's wild.
I don't feel fantastic about him because the
No.
offense stinks.
Yeah.
But he can make the offense not stink, and that's kind of like his power. So
Yeah.
if he's the the shiniest little rock in that offense, then I'm happy with him as my RB2. Yeah,
For sure.
Neighbors, DK, and Pickens. I think they all hopefully hit their floor last week. I'm hoping for some bounce back games.
Yeah. Bunch of great red receivers that need good quarterback play.
Yeah, yeah,
So.
and I'm happy with Diggs and Allen on my bench too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you've got the right setup.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of plugging and playing in the right way. So.
Yeah. I'm feeling like my team is very average at the moment, and that's kind of fitting for right in the middle of the rankings.
That's how you get the 7th spot.
Yeah. All right, next we got Kyle Spalding, no longer projected last. No longer projected last.
To put you over Noah, we're pretty evil, pretty bad guys.
Yeah, but it's my list.
Yeah. Kyle, big Kyle.
Kyle's team just has good players on it.
It does have good players on it.
We were worried about Cook and Hall, but they've kind of proven to be the number one guy on their offense, and that's exactly what you want. And then having Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown as your receivers, clear top receivers in the NFL. So you want to have those guys there. I mean, A.J. Brown, 1 target. I don't know if that's ever going to happen again.
As long as it doesn't, you're doing just fine.
Yeah. I'm after this week really high on Jaylen Warren.
Yep.
I think he'll be
great. He's going to run into a stone wall of Big Cat, Leonard Williams, and all my other Seahawks. So he's fucked.
Interesting with that Pittsburgh offense, kind of like that pass first Aaron Rodgers offense. Yeah. So we'll see. And then having Rice, even now with the injuries and everything, he'll be great in the future. And then Pittman with Daniel Jones, his value's gone up quite a bit.
For sure.
So I think you got a lot of good prospects on this team.
A lot of things to be excited about.
Should be happy with where you're at right now. 5 here, we got Connor. Let's look at Connor's team. It's really nice having Jane Daniels on your team.
Yeah, it is.
This is kind of, I think maybe putting Connor higher just because of his potential. I think the stack of T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is diabolical, even though they're only projected 11 points each. I think this could be a very good wide receiver room. And that's
big play weeks are possible from any of those guys. I mean, any of those guys could give you 30.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They might give you 2, but they might give you 30.
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones is a really good guy to have while you're figuring out this Browns RB room down here. But as soon as that's figured out, I think you can maybe make a move to put Aaron Jones on the bench. Even though, I mean, he finished 14 points, RB 11 last week. I'm just kind of guessing. Yeah, and then Gibbs. Gibbs will obviously be good. He's getting the work. 20 or 19 total touches against that good Packers defense. I think it's only up for Gibbs.
I do think Connor is our highest ranked team that lost week 1. And it has something to do with the fact that, I mean, he lost to Daniel, who had Derrick Henry and Josh Allen. Like, it's a rough week for Connor. And, you know, he had some guys bottom out, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out going forward. I think he's got a lot to be excited about.
I agree. Yep. Good job, Connor. Your team's looking good. Congrats on getting married. All right. Number 4, we got Keegs. Keegs is one guy that I would have maybe put higher, but he did have to go out and replace tight end and QB this week.
It's a rough week.
I think Jonathan Taylor and Achane are great RBs to have. I'm scared about Achane, obviously, but he kind of shined through. I mean, only 10 touches, 15 points. It's looking like they're gonna have to feed Achan to be successful, and that's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, for
Let's just
sure.
hope the Dolphins don't like actually suck so bad that it affects him a lot.
Hmm.
But Nico Collins, bounce back week incoming. Abuka, you've picked up the best rookie of the year so far, which is
Yeah,
nice. So I think he's making
Tet
a
could have a lot of value
Keegs is
as wide
making a
receiver one on a bad team.
yeah, Keegs is making a statement here, putting Nico Collins in the flex because he just likes having the two rookies. But
Uh-huh.
having Tet in the flex is not terrible. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
having that uh, Bryce Young as his QB doesn't help him, but he has came out as like the clear one in the offense, so maybe that'll make him shine through. But you got
it'll be
Debo.
interesting to see because you do have Debo in your flex. You got 4 hours till kickoff, so it'll
Yeah,
be interesting to see if Debo sneaks in there for Tet
yeah,
before everything gets going. Because I would imagine, I mean, I think that Green Bay defense is something special, but so is Washington's offense. So
yeah.
it's going to be a day where like they're going to use Debo.
Mhm.
They're going to use Scary Terry. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yep, yep. Overall, great team, Keegs. You got good depth on your bench. Zach Charbonnet kind of maybe emerging as that RB1. You love to see that, especially with the running back position.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do hate to see Kittle on the IR.
yeah. Hate to see him on IR, but
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith
Start a
will be good.
petition. Start a petition to turn off injuries. This is
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. And you got the Broncos defense, best defense in the league, so that helps you quite a bit. Let's move on to 3 here. We got Jack.
Mr. Jimmy Stuffers.
Jack was my dark horse this year in my post draft analysis. Justin Herbert, dog. I think the pairing of Christian McCaffrey and Travion Henderson will be really good. Rookies start slow, and if you're finishing RB 26 on a slow start, I think you'll be just fine.
I could have an absolute field day on that Miami defense this week.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
The Calvin Ridley, Puka Nacua, Lad McConkey trio that you have at your wide receiver, I think is absolutely deadly.
Mm-hmm.
It's rivaling. I can't speak.
Rivaling. I
Rivaling.
gotcha.
Kind of Ian's wide receiver room there now. I
Mm-hmm.
think Calvin Ridley post Denver game is going to be really good. And then Puka kind of shined through, and he said it doesn't matter if we only score 16 points. I'm still going to get 130 yards and 18 fantasy points.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
It is insane.
I'll be curious to see if Calvin stays in that starting wide receiver spot. Lad moves up there, and Bill falls into the flex because kind of gotten embarrassed. I mean, it's Mr. Handcuff, right? So he's got Trey Benson and Braylon Allen too. But Bill is, I mean, he's an RB1, so it'll be interesting to see if he slides into that flex spot.
We'll see
just
tonight.
A stacked running back out of Jack.
Yeah, no, Jack, your team's solid. Not a lot of holes in your team. It's very, very sound, and that's why you're so high. Consistent, not a lot of holes. You'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, and then can I get a drum? You got a drum roll sound effect?
Oh, do I? I forgot about these sound effects. That's such a bummer. That's what I got for drum roll.
All right. So I'll sort both of them. Who do we have here? We have.
I believe we have the one and only Hawk Diggity Dawg.
Oh, we got Hawk Diggity Dawg and Daniel at the top here. Let's see. So we got 2 and 1. Put Parker 2, Daniel 1. Let's go over. Look at your team, Parker, here.
I think it was one of the only consensus picks of our list.
It was.
Yeah.
Your team. I mean, Jalen Hurts, obviously, top QB. That automatically puts you a step higher. I think Genty showed with the amount of volume that he got, 21 total touches.
Yeah.
He'll be just fine. It's kind of what we expected. Chase Brown kind of had a slow game, but 23 touches. The best indicator for a good fantasy player is how many times they touch a ball in a game. and that's
For sure.
exactly what you want to see from your running backs.
Mm-hmm.
With the JSN trade, you're seeing 13 targets from your guy, 15 fantasy points.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers, 9 targets, 2 carries. So he's getting involved, 25 points.
Yeah.
I think the flex spot here is a little rough for you, but
it's going to be interesting. I'm going to hold my breath on DeAndre Swift. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think
trust the process.
You're going to trust the process on Swift.
I think so. It's hard to say. Hollywood Brown could get snuck in there. You know, I've got a few days to think it over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough. It's tough to know.
Yeah, it is. It is. Playing Detroit and the Eagles, playing probably both 2 good defenses.
Yeah. So.
No, your team's great. Solid players. Yeah. Not too much to say. Solid guys.
I'm pretty excited about how the wide receiver room is shaping up.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'll go look at Daniel's team here.
The first overall in the first power ranking.
In the first commish list. I think the value of Josh Allen and Derrick Henry is thrusting you into this spot pretty heavily. The emergence of Jordan Mason as well is helping you a lot. And then having 2 solid receivers in Mike Evans and Garrett Wilson is really good. Like I said, it was like a weird game in this Tampa Falcons game. But Garrett Wilson, after the Justin Fields and Jets showing, has risen a lot on my board for sure. So having him, especially you drafted him in the 4th round, I think you're very happy with that.
Yeah. You know, it hurts me to see Derrick Henry go out there week 1 and just absolutely put up a stat line. I mean, 169 rushing yards in 2 touchdowns is just, it's exactly what we knew he was going to be, right? But you know, I took Ashton Genty right before him, 1 pick, and I've got my own concerns about like Derrick Henry being 31. But I mean, until those concerns manifest into anything in reality, I made the wrong pick. So good, happy for you. And you know, we'll see the process reign.
Yeah.
For a while here.
We kind of said it earlier too. I don't know if I'm in love with the bench. So you kind of hope Pacheco will turn it up for you. Might be hard against the Eagles, but Pacheco is not a guy to be slept on. I think he'll be just fine. And having him in the flex instead of in that RB2 position, I think you'll be just good. I think
unless Mooney or Waddle can be something special, I'm not sure there's a lot to get excited about on this bench.
Yeah.
Tank Dell's out for the season, I think.
Unfortunately. With like Parker and Jack's team, I like their overall team better than your team, Daniel. But the fact that you have Josh Allen and Derrick Henry is absolutely insane. And you should be very happy. It was a very good 1-2 pick for you there in the first 2 rounds. And that's why you're number 1 for the time being.
Without a doubt. For now.
Yeah, good job, everybody. These are going to be moved around a lot. I'm going to go week to week, and we'll have risers and drops and whatnot, and hope you make it up the list.
Can't wait to see that screenshot as Bryce's profile picture next week. Use the motivation, fellas.
Yeah. All right, we've hit an hour and 23 minutes. I think we're going to stop it here.
Oh, we didn't talk at all.
No, we did not talk at all. All right, boys. Good luck in week 2. And Kyle, you're going down.